4 years ago, I grabbed the bag I had secretly packed, hidden in my closet, threw it in the trunk of my car, and buckled my 1 and 4-year-old in the back seat and left. As a stay-at-home mom with a part-time job and no plan. I called my sister and I asked if we could sleep on the floor of her tiny apartment that night. She said yes, and if she hadn't, I don't know if I ever would have had the guts to leave my entire life in the brand new home I'd lived in for just 9 months. The next year, we lived with my parents in their upstairs room. It felt like a step back. It felt like all my dreams of living happily ever after on a cul-de-sac street with 4 kids and a stable home life had been shattered at my feet. What was left was the bloody splinters of glass in my soles and a numbness I thought would never go away. I believed becoming a single mom was the worst fate in life, but I was determined not to fail, and I began working on healing the broken parts of me. Never bought into the lie that children are a burden and drag us down as mothers. For me, my children have always been my greatest inspiration and the reason that I'm a strong, resilient woman today. I didn't have the self-worth at the time to fight for a better life for me, but I did it for them. Started therapy, hours and hours of mental turmoil that is recounting the trauma to a stranger with a notebook, and it worked. I can honestly say that even though I hated it, it taught me to face what I'd been through head on and not let it define who I was. One morning, I met this guy in the Walmart self-checkout aisle. He was 6 years younger than me and way too good looking to actually be nice to, and I've never been more happy to be wrong. Started out as friends, but I watched him interact with my kids, cleaning up their vomit and cooking for us, and I knew I'd be crazy not to see if there could be more. I was still having frequent panic attacks, distrusting most new people I met, and losing all my friends who didn't want to stick around for the hard part, but I survived. For almost 3 years, I had a split custody agreement, and my ex saw the kids every first, third, and fifth weekend. Started to get my real estate license to sell the houses my dad would build, and then he started teaching me to take over the subcontracting work. I loved it, and I was good at it. During the lonely late nights when the demons of my former life tried to creep in, I would stay up late writing love stories about women who are also determined to escape their situations, and over the last 4 years, I've published 5 books. During this time, I started building my own home, and I cried happy tears as I wrote inspirational quotes and verses on the frame, forever to be etched on the interior of the place we would finally be able to feel safe and at peace. Unfortunately, right when things were starting to look up, the worst happened, and I was forced to file for temporary full custody with the state of Texas due to concerning circumstances. For the next 18 months, I had full custody while still working multiple jobs, having to pay for a lawyer out of pocket and all the living expenses for me and my kids. I was still building my house, and I couldn't have done any of it without the support of my parents and my boyfriend. I actually tried to break up with Justin when all this happened because I believed he deserved a way out, a clean break from the disaster of what my life was, but he refused to go. 9 months later, he took me to Florida to celebrate my 30th birthday, and on that white sandy beach on the eastern coast, he got on one knee and asked my kids' permission and for my hand in marriage. 5 months later, we were married in a big field in Texas under 2 beautiful pecan trees. The future isn't certain, and the story isn't over, but one thing I know for sure about me is that I don't give up easy, and there is more fight in me yet.